Chapter 10. After dinner, the junior chefs have time to video chat with their families. Ray, even though we were away from home, it's not so bad because I get to talk to my grandma every day. She wants to know everything I'm doing. If there was a next best grandma chef, she'd win for sure. She's a great chef and she likes learning new things. Tate told his mom about smiling for the camera. She shook her head. You're right, it's my fault. Forget I ever said it. Don't listen to me. He didn't tell her about Chef Porter and his food truck idea. Moms didn't need to know everything. Before saying goodbye, his mom leaned forward until the whole screen was just her nose and a giant eye. And you be careful with those knives, do you promise? And then she whispered, Master Chopper. Mom, Tate put his hand over his heart. I promise. Ray sat on the side of her bed and went over the day in her head. She felt comfortable in her workstation. She'd learned her way around the pantry. She'd had good interviews, and she'd even won a mini challenge. That was a lot for one day, and best of all, everyone was happy. She'd been worried about Tate, but at the last minute, Tate won! Caroline sat up and leaned over. I know, I'm happy for him too. Ray turned, surprised. Was Caroline a mind reader? Caroline smiled. You talk to yourself. That's okay. I do too, but not as much as you. Ray blushed. Caroline lowered her voice. Poor Tate. Chef Porter's a little scary. Ray looked up. A little? Caroline laughed. Okay, a lot. Ray shook her head. She doesn't like kids. Except Oliver. Caroline's face got serious. You can tell by the way she looks at him. Ray scrunched up her nose. That's because Oliver is like a grown-up in a kid body. He doesn't act like a kid or even look like one. He wears shirts like my dad. Don't you think he's a little strange? But he saved you, said Caroline. Caught me, corrected Ray. Saved and caught are a little different. Well, I think he's okay. Maybe not super friendly, but Tate likes him. Tate likes everybody. Caroline laughed. Not true. And then she made a face like she'd just eaten a sour pickle. It was a good Chef Porter impression. Ray dissolved into giggles. Tate and Oliver were supposed to be sleeping, but Oliver had a question, something he needed to know. That knife thing today, how come you were so good at it? Did you take lessons? Tate shook his head. Not really. I just watched some YouTube videos and then practiced a lot. So no one came over and gave you lessons? Or gave you lessons at a restaurant? No. Do people do that? Is that a thing? Oliver lay back down. Maybe. Tate wasn't giving up. Do you know someone who did that? Oliver grumbled. I know someone who wants to sleep. Then he turned and pulled the covers right over his head.